Uncle Demi with the first noti of the day, bro. Turn it down. I got you. Hold on. 14-minute video, bro. Talk to me, Demi. Talk to me, Demi. Then Joe Knows just released a video too, bro. We gonna watch Joe Knows after, bro.
Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? It's your favorite uncle, Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you, all right? Now, here we go. This is what y'all been waiting for, man. We're getting footage. You're getting information on the myplayer builder. And let me tell you something, man. If it comes to who knows the builder inside and out, come on, man. Really? Like, is that really a question?
Talk to me, Demi.
Is that really a question?
What's good, Savage?
This builder works inside and out. Really? Like, do we have to go down a list of things that I do? Like, let's get serious here, man. So, like, y'all are about to be in for a really great surprise. So, without further ado, let's hop right in.
Please
so what I'm gonna
subscribe, bro. Please subscribe.
Literally first getting on the game, and of course, hey, please subscribe. You already know. If you watch Uncle Demi enough, you know. Please subscribe. That's all we're gonna do, right? Now, I'm gonna talk about a few things. I'm not gonna get long-winded because I don't want this to be a 45-minute video. I'm just gonna point out some key things that you definitely need to look out for, and then we'll kind of go from there. Okay?
I bet.
So first, we're gonna talk about right here what you're looking at: weight, height, and that type of deal. Then we're gonna talk about what it is to get to equivalent to your badges, and then we're gonna talk about what's very important is the core badges. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into and talk about the body settings. As you see here, man, I'm 6'5". I go up to 6'6", and as you see, it affects the same exact stuff, man. Height affects your shooting, your playmaking, your perimeter defense steal, and of course, your
J-Cam was good,
right? What's actually pretty amazing here is that now at 6'10", with a max wingspan, you can still get pro dribble animations. Like, that's insane to think about. You're 6'10", max wingspan, and you're still able to get pro dribble animations. That is now the cutoff. 6'10", max wingspan, pro dribble animations. Now let's look at the actual builder. So,
bro, what? Bro, 6'10", max wingspan, pro dribble animations.
But there are some. Now let's look at the actual builder.
Hold on.
Is now the cutoff. 6'10", max wingspan, pro dribble animations. Now let's look at the actual builder. So again, visually, it looks just the same as 22, but there are some different kinks to it. As you see here, I'm gonna upgrade my driving dunk, just trying to see what moves. And as you see, upgrading driving dunk moves your close shot, your driving layup, your ball handle, your defensive rebound, your vert, and some of your strength, all right? Like, that's pretty amazing to think about now that these sliders beforehand used to move one or two. Now a ton of different attributes move. So what that means is it makes it a lot difficult to get really big demigod builds because a lot of attributes are moving at one time, which of course is going to move your overall up a lot, okay? Let me just go ahead and stress this again. You're 25 overall. You max out your driving dunk, and you become a 59. That is a 34-point swing. That is unheard of in NBA 2K22. That is why 2K23 is very difficult when it comes to the builder. And I said in my previous videos, while you definitely want to look to specialize. Mike Wayne spoke on that, right? I'm speaking on that. You definitely want to try to specialize in a position, because if you try to max out so many categories, it's not going to happen, okay? Now, as you see in here, as we fast forward to the tail end of this build, you can see already finishing is the only thing that's basically touched. Everything else is really struggling, right? There's no shooting, really below average defense, and basic playmaking, okay? We haven't even got into the badges of this. So again, moving and driving, look at the close shot. When I move my close shot, my mid-range and my free throw moves up. Again, in 22, if you move your close shot, the only thing that moved was your mid-range shot. So again, it's just showing the fact that now a lot of each attribute is attached to not one, not two, but three, 4, or 5, or you're starting to get it. 8 different attributes move. That's how this becomes a very hard puzzle to try to fix. But again, I love it because now it makes this where there's not going to be as many demigod builds. And I know a lot of y'all are going to complain, but then a lot of y'all understand that, listen, we all quote unquote want demigod builds, but we really
This
don't,
is very
okay?
difficult.
And I've been saying that
They're
in my
trying to
videos,
stop
we
glitch
really
builds.
don't. Because all the games that people claim are the greatest games ever.
It's either,
right?
bro,
They were
it's
all
either you're
over
gonna be good at one thing or you're gonna be good at two. Like, bro, everybody think you're gonna be able to dunk and then shoot and then play make and like be able to grab a board and like get a steal or like whatever. Like, come on, bro.
2K20
You gotta be
was
realistic,
multi-champion.
bro.
So just
You
keep
gotta
that
be
in mind while we're
realistic,
making
bro.
this builder, right? So now, as you see here, this is the finished product, or I guess you could say kind of to the finished product.
2K Intel just tweeted out. They said you test your build in 3v3 games. So when you go to test your build, instead of playing like the, like the 5v5, like it used to be 5v5 up and down the court, it's 3v3 setting now.
I had to get bully badge. I wanted to get that on gold, so I had to get my strength to at least an 87. I had to get my vert to at least an 85 because I have a 93 driving dunk. So like you can see how you have to kind of tinker around a lot. 25, 18, 17 to 7 is what I have. And we're going to show you, well, I'm going to show you when we get to the next step, while 18 and 17 might have been good for 22, because of the core badges and because of the tiers that you have, this build is actually not going to be as good as you think it might be. Okay, so let's just head over right now and let's talk about that aspect, the actual badges, right? The badge points, how critical this is and how demoralizing it's going to be, but at the same time, how satisfactory it's going to be, because builds are really going to require to take some skill this year. All right, so now let's look at this, okay?
Bro, they changed everything, bro.
My tier 3 badges, tier 1.
Bro, if you could go no ball hand. Like if you're a popper, like I know Juski, you're probably gonna make a popper. If you make a popper, bro, just go no ball handling, no speed with ball, pass accuracy. Put your pass accuracy like at an 80, and then like like don't go too crazy on the finishing. Have enough shooting, have enough defense.
In tier 2 must add up.
I just gotta get in the builder. I gotta see like the attributes and stuff, like how it is.
To at least 10 badge points before you can touch tier 3. On top of that, badges in each tier level actually cost different points. Yes, you heard that correctly. So tier 1 badges will range from bronze being 1 to Hall of Fame being 4, while tier 2 badges will range from bronze being 3 points and Hall of Fame badges going all the way up to 6 points. Finally, we'll end with tier 3 badges starting off at bronze at 5 points and Hall of Fame badges at a whopping 8 points. Well, some of y'all are going to ask yourselves, well, what does that all mean? Well, let's go ahead and flash forward to this builder here of a lockdown with 32 badge points. As you can see, it's basically maxed out. 32 is the most badges you can get. Now let's just do the math. Look at tier 3. In order to get the most important badges as a lockdown, you will want to get them Hall of Fame, correct? Well, now we all know that at tier 3, each Hall of Fame badge is worth 8 points.
It's a lockdown build. I ain't gonna lie, this build look good. This build look good, bro.
How much is that?
This build look good. I ain't gonna lie. I'll probably put my free throw down and then see if I could put up my driving layup or driving dunk or something.
Is that going to be if you wanted to get all Hall of Fame badges?
Jacoby was good.
It's 32. Well, guess what? We all know that 10 of those points have to at least be coming from tier 1 and tier 2. So you take away 10 of those points, now you're left with 22 badges, and that's it. So you're not able to get all 4 badges at Hall of Fame. But you are able, theoretically, to get at least 3 of them by making one of these badges your core badge. So let's use this same build that we had with 32 badges, and now let's look. We're going to go ahead and get off-ball pest, which is going to be 1 point. So that means we have 9 more from tier 1 and tier 2 we have to use. So we're going to go ahead, use chase down. That's going to be another point. So now we have 8 more points we have to use. And then I go ahead and I get anchor. So that's a total of 3 badges points equipped. Then I go to rebound chaser. That's 4 total badges equipped. Now I'm looking at tier 2. I'm looking at pick dodger. So now that's 4 points. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8. So I have 2 more points I got to use. I go to ankle breaker, and I actually use 5 points. So now when you look at the top left, I only have 19 badge points available. Now we can all agree, even though I only had to use 10, I actually end up using more because I want to get gold ankle braces, because obviously ankle braces was very important in 22. I'm thinking they're going to be important in 23. So
it makes sense, bro. It makes sense. It makes sense.
You will see Challenger Core, the Challenger Core Challenge, right? Now, obviously it says it's completed because this is the myplayer builder. But if this was actually the actual game, I'm pretty sure there's going to tell you what challenge you would need to complete in order to get each one of these. So that will be something you want to take in consideration. Me personally, I will obviously pick the core badge of the challenge that seems the easiest to get, right? Now, to keep in mind, the core badge, it will not go against the points that you have. So basically, if I was to pick Challenger as my core badge, I will still have 19 badge points, okay? So let's take a look at this part, what I'm talking about. So again, as you see, I have 19 badge points. I am going to go ahead and make this Challenger badge my core badge. I hit triangle, it populates to the right, far right side. If you look to the top left, I still have 19 badge points. Why? Because I have to complete the challenge, and then I will get this badge. But as a core badge, I do not lose any of those badge points. And you only can get 1 core badge per category. So now I get my clamps. Now I drop down to 11 badge points because it's worth 8 points. Then I go over here. I'm going to, of course, going to get glove. I'm going to use that 8. So now I'm left with just 3. Okay. So even though I use 3 badges, which technically should be 24 points, I only use 16 points because the other 8 is being held
by a core badge.
As a core badge, I'm sorry. So now I do not have to worry about utilizing another 8 points. So now I'm left with just 3 points.
Nah, that is tough though. That is tough. That is tough.
Down good enough for you. I know it can sound complex, but once you get your hands on it, it won't take long for you to figure out what the core badge system is. Now, there's still some questions here. Are we going to be able to have college where we'll be able to get an additional 4 points? I believe that there is a way to get all 4 of your tier 3 badges at Hall of Fame. Either it's going to be a college, 4 badges by picking a certain college. Maybe Chris Brinkley, if he is in a game, maybe that's an option. Or maybe you'll have to wait each season to hit level 39. So maybe you have to wait till like season 3 or 4 to be able to get the badge points to be able to pull that off. But as you see, I had 3 badge points. I'm playing around at the top because I do have 3 badge points left. I cannot get any of the tier 3 badges because obviously just a bronze tier 3 badge is worth 5 points. So I can't do that. So now you got to mess around a little bit at the top and figure out what badges you want to go ahead and equip, okay? So that is it right now for the core badges. Also how the builder goes, but there's also some cool features at the end that I want to talk about. So let's just head over there to real quick. Now, after you're finished equipping your badges, you are able to choose your jump shots. As you can see, there's some really, really good ones in there. There are different ones in there. As you remember, Mike Wayne said that every single jump shot has been changed from generic to an actual NBA player. So as you can see, there are a ton of NBA players. And the cool thing is, based upon your position, you're going to be able to get all these guards and stuff like that. If you put the power forward center, you'll be able to get that. Now you
look, you're gonna be able to test it in the 3v3.
Options. So now you're able to choose to test this build out in the 3v3 or the 5v5, and I think that's pretty cool.
But you have to, Meech. Bro, you can't throw all your badges in one spot and then like expect to go crazy.
Format. Look at some of the names: a 3-and-D2 guard, a versatile offensive force, all right, which is a CJ McCollum build, which I think is pretty dope. LaMelo Ball is called an all-around threat. You know, you got Bane as a sharpshooter. Of course, you got Robert Williams III as a defensive anchor. And then you have Karl Anthony Towns.
He said, I understand they breaking down so. He said, but I'm waiting for someone to show a build to me. Joe Knows probably posted a video.
3v3 type setup where you can play with your build and try to see if it's effective on a 3v3. Someone like myself, I'm a 3v3 player, so obviously I think this was pretty dope. But again, if you're a pro player or a rec player, then obviously you get to test it out in the 5v5. I think that is an amazing change to the game.
I got
It really
you,
helps
Lexi.
out individuals to figure out whether or not their build is going to be good in the type of setting that they want to play in. So there's that breakdown, my nephews and nieces, man. Hopefully enjoy the video.
All right,
If you
but I'm
did,
about to go
just
ahead
make
and
sure you
upload
drop a
this.
like, you subscribe to the channel.